Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cult Movie Tuesdays right here on Night Owl Video. And it probably doesn't look a lot different to you, but I've actually haven't recorded a new video since probably, I want to say end of September or early October, so I've been away for a while. I've still been dropping videos for you guys to enjoy, but I did like a bunch of pre-recorded videos because I just moved recently and started a new job and just a lot of crazy changes in my life. And so this is my new setup, which is basically the same as my old setup. It's just in a different place. The walls are white, I guess. Maybe that's a difference from my old setup, but it's basically the same. And so yeah, I've been going through some crazy life changes, moving to another province here in Canada, and starting a new job. And but on the flip side of that, I've had more free time to myself, so I've been able to watch a whole bunch of videos. So I'm actually doing a big batch of pre-recorded videos. We're headed towards the holiday season, so I do want to do something special, maybe for Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or something, so be sure to watch for that. And but today we're talking about this film, which is called Nightmare Beach. This is a horror crime movie from 1989, directed by Umberto Lenzi, who also did Cannibal Ferox, as well as Harry Kirkpatrick, who I believe was the writer of the screenplay and the story of this film. My understanding, I think we'll get into it in a few minutes. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that for right this second. This film stars Nicholas de Toth, who was also in The Stuff. This also stars the lovely Sarah Buxton, who was in Less Than Zero and Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead. This also stars the incomparable John Saxon, who was also in Black Christmas, Battle Beyond the Stars, and of course Tenebrae, a film that I reviewed not that long ago, and Michael Parks, who was... He was in a lot of movies, but I didn't really know a lot of his older movies. So he was in From Dusk Till Dawn. I always think of him from Kill Bill, which actually, now that I think about it, is probably celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. But he was, if you remember in Kill Bill, he was kind of that sleazy like pimp guy, and he had the cigar, and where's Bill? You know, he had that great accent, and I always remember from that movie. But the synopsis for this movie is: after the execution of a motorcycle gang leader convicted of murder, a helmeted biker goes on a killing spree during spring break in Florida. So this film was actually released under two different names, also Nightmare Beach, but also Welcome to Spring Break. So in some cases, I had to look up Welcome to Spring Break to find information about the movie, just because it's listed as different titles on the internet. And so here's what I was talking about earlier. Umberto Lenzi, originally hired to direct, had a falling out with the producer just as production started and wanted to be taken off the film. He stated in a 1996 interview that he found the story, quote, too similar to his earlier film, Seven Bloodstained Orchids, and decided before shooting began that his name would not appear on the film. Well, it definitely does appear on the film. You probably can't see that, but very tiny writing down there. It is there. Screenwriter Harry Kirkpatrick, also known as James Justice, was given the job of directing and received sole directorial credit, though he convinced Lenzi to remain on the set in an uncredited advisory capacity throughout the entire production. So that's the deal with that. So yeah, if you look on the back, it says directed by Harry Kirkpatrick, screenplay by Harry Kirkpatrick. I don't think you actually see... Umberto Lenzi's name is not actually in any of the titles on the back in here, so he's just kind of squeezed in there at the very bottom. So a bit of a weird thing there. I don't think, in reviewing movies, I don't think I've experienced that before, but that's what happened, allegedly. Or I'm pretty sure that's what happened. For years, many horror film fans thought that Harry Kirkpatrick was an alias for Umberto Lenzi. But Lenzi has stated in interviews that there really was a Harry Kirkpatrick who wrote and co-directed that film. Italian film historian Roberto Curti stated later that Lenzi directed the film but refused to sign to it, allowing the credit to be assigned, of course, to Harry Kirkpatrick. One of the cool little nods in this film, and I don't know if they're on the back of this, I don't see them, but there is a gang in this film, and on the back of their jacket is a logo that says Demons, and that logo is actually the logo of the 1985 Italian horror film Demons. So I thought that was kind of cool. See if there's anything else on here. The critical reception for this film, it currently holds a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, so not a lot of fans out there. Brett Gallman from Oh the Horror wrote in his review on the film, quote, "Welcome to Spring Break, aka Nightmare Beach, is just an unabashed conflation of boobs and blood, a sex comedy movie that treats its characters like blow-up dolls to be punctured by a madman. If The Burning," the film The Burning, "is a perfect blend of camp comedies and slashers, then this is a trashier, beachy counterpart," unquote. So I got that from Wikipedia just because I thought it really captured the essence of this film. My thoughts on this film, this was a first-time watch for me. I did buy it because I saw Umberto Lenzi listed there, and as if you've been watching my channel over the last, say, 6 months or so, I have been trying to watch more Italian horror and giallo and things like that, and I found this, and I had read about it, and I wanted to see it. This is a complicated movie for me, I guess, because I thought it was really cheesy. This is 1989 at the height of spring break with wet bikini contests and muscled men contests, and it's very just of its time, I guess. And I don't know if that was the most comfortable time for me in my life, and just that whole like hypersexualization, that spring break culture, just that whole aspect of it kind of turned me off. I like the part with the killer, and I won't tell you who it is. He had this cool motorcycle where he would get girls on the back of his motorcycle, and he had these little handles that they could hold on to as they sped down the freeway, but the handles were actually electrified, and so there was like a bunch of like the horror, like the gore and the kills in this were pretty cool. I liked the masked rider. It kind of reminded me a bit of like, not as grotesque as the bikers in Mandy, but kind of that, you could see where that probably influenced the film Mandy, but it had that kind of like, he never lifted his mask up. He was very kind of like stalkerish, and so that part was cool. I enjoyed that. I did find it dragged a little bit. I thought the soundtrack was really rocking. I didn't really recognize many of the bands on there, but it definitely had kind of a cool, like, late 80s hard rock kind of soundtrack, which blended pretty well with the film, I thought. But yeah, this is very, like, I don't know if this is considered grindhouse, but it definitely had that kind of vibe to it. And so yeah, I don't know if I'll keep this movie in my collection, or if I might rewatch it one more time just to see if my feelings change on it. But I thought it was a decent thriller. Again, it's real cheesy, it's real over the top. So if that kind of stuff just doesn't sit with you, then you're probably not going to like this. But I thought it was an okay film. It was okay. I'd probably give it like a 2.5 out of 5. And again, it's listed as like a horror crime film, but there's really not, like, there's a couple of kills in it that are quite gruesome, but really it's not really, I didn't really find it like a traditional horror film per se. But not bad, not bad. This edition is from Kino Lorber. It's from, does it say the year on it? I don't know if there's a year listed here, but nope, there's no year listed that I can see. But this is now this list on the back here actually lists 1988. So on the internet I read 1989, but it says 88 here. So maybe that's the original release, and then 89 is like the North American release or something. I don't know. It's 91 minutes long, so if you're not really into it, you know, it's not like a big slog to go through this. This is a Region 1 DVD, like I said, from Kino Lorber. The special features on here are an audio commentary with film historian Sam Dahan. Nightmare Rock interview with composer Claudio Simonetti. Includes both English and Italian audio, as well as a theatrical trailer. This is from a brand new 4K scan master. Yeah, it says from Umberto Lenzi, notorious director of such Euro sleaze classics as Paranoia, Seven Bloodstained Orchids, Spasmo, Eyeball, and Cannibal Ferox comes Nightmare Beach. So yeah, take from that what you will, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I really liked seeing Michael Parks and John Saxon together. I don't know if they did other movies together, but it was cool to see them in it. Michael Parks is, I just really thought he was a really good actor. But yeah. So if you're into, like, I don't know, this would be like maybe a good, like, you could saddle this up with like Mad Max or something, or like, I was trying to think of that other movie. It's just kind of like, I don't know, super 80s cult, a little bit of gore, mostly just like a masked rider going around killing girls, and set against the backdrop of a 1989 or 88 spring break party. So if that's your thing, or anything in there kind of appeals to you, then I would suggest it, recommend it. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know if like a lot of people would be into this. I'm having trouble with this one. This is my first review back since since about September, so I'm struggling a little bit to find my place with this movie. But again, it was okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll rewatch it and see if it grows on me. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on Nightmare Beach, aka what was it again? Spring Break something. I gotta get my notes. Welcome to Spring Break. So I could not find this streaming anywhere, so I'm not sure how easy it is to get this movie. I got this from Backstreet Records in Fredericton, New Brunswick, from my good pal Eric. So I'm assuming this is, you could order this in, or maybe visit the Kino Lorber website, or like blu-ray.com or those kinds of websites. I'm sure it's probably readily available. I don't think it's rare or out of print. This is from the Kino Lorber Studio Classics line. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this film. If you've seen this film, please feel free to leave comments below. If you've watched it, did you like it? Did you not like it? If you did like it, what did you really like about it? Again, this channel is a bit of a learning process for me too, because a lot of these films I've never seen before. This channel started as me reviewing movies that I like, and in a lot of cases I do review movies that I love, but I'm also trying to like find new things and kind of explore different genres and things like that. So yeah. So leave your thoughts below. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. As of recording this video, I'm up in the 336-ish range, I think. So welcome to all my new subscribers. And thank you for deciding to join me on this movie watching / reviewing journey. I haven't done many thrifting hauls. I haven't really been finding a lot lately, to be honest. I did just move to a much smaller place, so my sources of finding movies are a lot less. So I'm thinking in the new year I might actually start doing more online shopping for DVDs and Blu-rays, just because it might be cooler. I might find other titles that I really want, and I don't have to go to smelly stores and dig through piles of dusty tapes and DVDs. Although I do like that activity, but we'll see. We'll see. I know a lot of physical media is disappearing from the big box stores. Best Buy announced that they will stop carrying Blu-rays and DVDs in the new year. And I did hear something yesterday. Somebody was saying something about Walmart. So I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to even buy these things in stores. So I do have a couple of cool thrift stores locally, though, that I do check out. And a few of them, at least, do sometimes have some cool stuff. So we'll see. I'm really happy to be back. I hope you guys are happy to see me back and in my new little cubby hole here, little space I've carved out in my new place. So I'm really excited to be back at this. I've got lots of cool reviews coming up soon. I never really like to announce them too early because sometimes I don't get to them, but tentatively slated coming up this Friday is Pulse, the 2001 Japanese horror film. Next week, Night of the Living Dead, the 30th anniversary edition. Yikes. As well as Audition. And coming up soon, I'm going to be reviewing Scanners from David Cronenberg, In the Mouth of Madness, Manhattan Baby, Cabin in the Woods, Ghost in the Shell, Demons 1 and 2, Akira, the classic anime film, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, The Wolfman, Salem's Lot, The Collector, My Neighbor Totoro, Talk to Me, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, What Lies Beneath, Beyond the Black Rainbow, and a whole bunch more. I'm also hoping to do a special Christmas episode soon, so that'll probably be either Christmas Eve day or Christmas Day maybe. I'll see how I make out with that. So yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Again, let me know your thoughts on this film, Nightmare Beach, and until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. But until then, take good care of yourselves. Get out those Christmas ornaments. Watch some cool Christmas movies. I've watched a few so far. No Christmas horror yet, but I did watch Home Alone 1 and 2, as well as The Grinch, the original animated one, as well as actually the 2018 animated one. So I will have some kind of Christmas special coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's it for today. Take good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Shout out to Judd, Emily, and Vincent if you're watching. I hope y'all are doing well. And to everyone, all my friends and family, I do love you dearly, and thank you for tuning in again, and I will see you in the next video.